Hi everyone and welcome. It's Lauren here from Acting Classes in Perth. This is episode number 34 of the Acting Classes in Perth Your Questions Answered daily show. The show where I'm here to answer all your acting related questions at 7 p.m. every single day here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live simultaneously. Alrighty, so today's question comes in from Emily, but before we get to that, if you are watching us now, please give us a big thumbs up. We would love to know you're there. Leave a comment or ask a question in the comment section. If you don't know what to say, simply say hello everybody, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Now, today's question, like I mentioned, does come in from Emily. So, Emily, please ask your question for today's episode.
What extra skills look good on my acting resume? Thanks.
Emily, thank you so much for sending in your question. It's a great question, and actors, they never list enough of their extra skills or, any abilities. They never list enough on their CV or resume, so it's really important. So firstly, one of the most important things, if you have a driver's license, please, you must list that. It's going to help you. I guess not so much help you, but it's going to help you by stopping you not getting a role. Now, what I mean by that is it's going to help you. But more information? Okay, good request there. So, if you are applying for a role, or maybe a bit player, an extra that needs to drive, or even a supporting character, and you supply your CV to the casting director, or even through your agent, if you don't have listed the fact that you have a license, then you are hugely disadvantaging yourself, because they're not going to call you and ask you. They're just going to see it's not there. We assume you don't have it. Your job is to list it if you have it, right? So throw it away. Next one. So that's really important. If you have your driver's license, make sure you list it. Also list what type of driver's license it is. And also, do you drive a manual or an automatic? I would strongly advise you to definitely get your manual car license, because it is going to help you, once again, so much. You just don't want to, have it come down to them going, oh, yes, we'd love to hire you. Oh, do you have a manual license? And you say, no, I've only got an automatic. And unfortunately, you may not get the job because they just may not be able to source the right car. Or it could be, the hero car for that particular show or film or something. Let's say you were going to get cast in Back to the Future or a Mad Max, and there may be a scene where you need to drive a car and it's set up in a certain way and it looks certain. It's a character basically in the film. If you can't drive it, then I'm sorry, but you can't drive it, right? Now, obviously, in that scenario, you're going to go out and you're going to get your manual license pretty darn fast. However, for local films, for short films, for independent features, I would still just recommend get ahead of that and make sure that you get your manual driver's license. It is going to help. Plus, list if you also have any, say, truck licenses or forklift licenses. At the end of the day, you just never know when you may have not been considered for a role, especially if they're just going through CVs and they kind of go, oh, this person doesn't have, a forklift license and the ad requires them to be in a forklift. You just don't know. So it's really important. I'd also encourage you then to go out and get some of those licenses as well. And that kind of then also extends onto things like, deep sea diving certificates, swimming certificates. Do you have your, bronze medallion, all that kind of stuff? If you're a very competent swimmer, that's really important. Are you very competent at riding animals like horses, or maybe some more abstract animals? Don't just go, oh yeah, I can ride a camel, and list that on there, because you never know. One day you're going to get a call and they go, we need an actor now on set in like 2 hours to ride a camel, and you're not going to have any time to prep, right? Or actually learn how to do it. So if you do have special skills in riding particular animals and you are very competent, make sure you are being honest. If you've done a class with us, or specifically a level 2 or 3, you may have remembered or heard the story where I've told you about a young actress in Perth who missed out because she lied about something she could drive. She thought she could learn it in time. Didn't happen. Got to set. Lo and behold, they find out because it was terrible, and she lost the job, right? So then who gets called? The agent gets called. Your agent gets called, and I can tell you what, you don't want to get an angry call from your agent, okay? The other kind of thing that you may want to consider is if you have a working with children's check, and you should, I think it's really important, make sure you throw that on there as well, and or, any other sports that you're good at or highly competent at, any awards around that kind of thing as well. Things like rock climbing, deep sea diving and scuba diving, that kind of stuff I mentioned before as well. That's really important because once again, you just never know, right? One day that brief might come through for Tourism WA and they need someone who is competent and can show that they are competent in the form of a certificate or something in let's say rock climbing for a shot of a tourism ad or scuba diving. So it is important, and I would definitely encourage you to do that. Emily, that was an awesome question. Thank you so much for sending it in. Now, if you loved Emily's question, please, right now, click the share button. Help out your fellow actor. Spread the love. Now, if you are watching us here on Facebook, be sure to like and follow our page. If you're watching us on YouTube, simply click the subscribe button, but be sure to then click the notification bell next to it. And finally, if you are listening to us on iTunes, simply click subscribe and we will keep you updated with everything as we release it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to see you again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for another awesome question answered by me. I'm Lauren Johnson. This is the Acting Classes in Perth daily show. I'll see you soon. Until I do, stay safe and like always, happy acting.